Um, so yeah, so welcome to this evening's little mindfulness session. It's very wonderful that you're here. This is such a beautiful tool for just making your wellness a priority and mental wellness, which is basically as important as the physical, and people are starting to understand that more and more, which is very excellent. So basically we'll do a couple of like simple practices today, and we'll begin with the seat. Now, you don't have to sit in any particular way. You don't have to do kind of any particular position. It's the position that will be comfortable for you. um, but what I do recommend is that you can feel, I like to sit where I can feel like my spine is kind of long. Although that's not obligatory, like you don't have to sit up like a poker. In some traditions, they're very strict about it. Like in Zen, they hit you with a stick, but I'm not going to hit you with anything. Um, but the reason that I suggest having that more or less is so that you can feel the breath better, right? And that's what we're going to work with. So if you want to sit against a wall or in an upright chair, that's perfect. So that's the first thing. And the second thing that I would suggest is feeling your sit bones. So, like the two bones at the bottom of your pelvis. So, I like to sit on a little cushion that I've got for this purpose. But even if you're sitting on a sofa, then you can sit in such a way that you can feel your sit bones grounded. Now, of course, you can lie down for this practice, and that's totally, totally wonderful. The only thing that you should do probably is set an intention to not fall asleep, because that can sometimes happen. And it's not without its benefits also, because if you fall asleep, maybe your body needs that. But so you can choose whatever position is going to be suitable for you. Cool. So after that, just like a kind of list of physical kind of checkpoints. The other thing is that you can do all of this with your eyes closed or with your eyes open. That's also your own choice, whatever feels more comfortable. But if you do have your eyes open, I would suggest letting them just rest in one place, because when your eyes move around, it tends to make your mind move around. And we want to create as much stillness as we can. So we'll take the hands as well, because they can be like a good kind of guide to the activity of the mind. And the other thing I should say is that it's not about not thinking, because that's impossible. It's impossible to not think until you're dead. As long as you're alive, you'll have thoughts. So that know that, right? But what we want to do is just be able to work with what we're thinking, you know. So what I quite like to do is, you can't actually see here, but I like to have the hands resting on my knees, um, just so that I can feel kind of grounded and like safe and supported. And if you like, what we can do is actually just roll the shoulders back 2 or 3 times, so that you can feel that you've got space in your body, and maybe let the head go side to side. Basically, anything that you like, because we don't want to be wriggling about um, too much when we're sitting. But if you do feel uncomfortable, please move. Right. So, however we're going to be, we can either have the eyes closed or open. We can take a big breath in through the nose and take a breath out through the mouth. Take another breath in and take a breath out through the mouth. So do it the third time, breathe in. And as you breathe out, feel like your sit bones, so your pelvis, your seat, grounds down more into whatever you're sitting on. And then when you breathe in, feel like your spine gets longer and your shoulders broaden. So as we start the practice, the first thing we'll do is we'll use our surroundings and our senses. So even if your eyes are closed, we can start to fine-tune our senses. So I'd like you to open your ears up, your sense of hearing. Now, maybe there are very quiet sounds, maybe there's something more obvious. See if you can take in the whole like sound landscape of where you are. So when we do this, the first thing our mind wants to do is go, oh, a bus. Oh, my neighbor. Oh, the dog. Oh, I have to walk the dog. Oh, I need to give my keys to the neighbor. Oh, the bus. I need to take the bus later. I hope I'm not late. Blah, 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 etc. So what we want to do is just see if we can open our ears and listen in a receptive way to feel like the sounds just come towards your ear. We don't go reaching for them. We don't try to name them or label them. Whenever you start to notice that you're telling a little story about the things that you can hear, or even thinking about the process or judging it in any way, we gently guide the attention back. And this is the main part of our practice, is this guiding it back. Noticing that our thoughts have drifted and going, oh, they've drifted, and bringing it back. Make your sense of hearing so subtle. Welcome. So we make the sense of hearing really subtle. Welcome, Maria. We're sitting here. We're doing a bit of a listening, a receptive listening practice. So just find a comfortable seat. Join us as you're ready. Hello, welcome. Oh, hello, hello, hello. Lots of people coming in. So what I might do, girls who've been with us since the beginning, bring your attention back to my voice and maybe open your eyes again and come back with us. Hello, welcome. But just notice what you felt and heard and thought just while we were doing that. And I'm going to probably restart everything and just reintroduce everything as we have a couple more people who've joined in, which is wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. So, oh, hello. Wonderful. Hello, everybody. Apparently 6:15 is the time. Great. So, hi, welcome everybody who's just joined. So I did a little bit of an introduction about stuff at the beginning, which I won't go through again. It was really probably far too much talking. So I'll just tell you the simple stuff, which is we're going to do some really simple but lovely practices, starting with a mindfulness of sound meditation, which is one of my favorites. Then we'll work with the breath a little bit. And we won't do too much because it's just the first time, but this is it, we're here. So make sure, okay. Oh, I see, cool. I don't know how that happened. Maybe Rachel knows about how that happened. Anyway, that's cool. It doesn't matter. You're here now, which is the most important thing. So welcome to you. So make sure you've got a place where you can sit where you'll be comfortable. And that can be a chair. And then, or that can be a floor, it can be a cushion. You can practice lying down if you would prefer. All of these are totally fine. Main thing is that you'll be comfortable, and that you won't fall asleep. Um, cool. So what else can I say? Basically, while we're practicing, the main thing we want to focus is never to try and stop thinking, because that won't happen. We're looking for, there's this kind of this coming home, this bringing back, that we notice, and then we come back to the anchor, whatever the target or whatever the focus of our meditation is, whether it's the breath or sound or anything else. When we notice that we've drifted away, we come back and we come back and we come back. And that's the practice. And it gets easier over time. As you maybe know, if you've done any practice of mindfulness and stuff before. So we can probably start again. Yeah, like people who were here from the start, it's funny because like life is imperfect and things get interrupted, and that is another part of the practice, is recognizing that. So yeah, so welcome to everyone. So let's find a comfortable seat, and it's really important to begin with the body. And so I trained in like the kind of Zen influenced kind of style of mindfulness, even though I'm not very rigid or traditional. And in the Zen, they always talk about being aware of your body, no matter what you're doing, because the body is here and now, and it never lies, and you always have it with you. And so it's the perfect way of kind of coming home and bringing back to reality, apart from the mind, which goes beep, 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 and runs away. So find your seat. That's the most important thing we start with. Find the sit bones grounded, either on a cushion or on the floor or on a chair. And then see if you can sit up tall. You don't have to sit like a poker. You know, that's fine. You don't have to do that. And you can support yourself with the wall or a cushion behind you or anything you like. But just sit so that you can feel like your lungs are open and your collarbones are open. You can have your eyes closed or open, as you prefer. But if your eyes are open, maybe drop the gaze or look in one place, just so that you're not, darting around and being distracted, basically. I also like to let the hands rest on something. Palms facing down tends to be a little bit more kind of calming. But if you like, you can let the palms rest up. That's also perfect. So I always like to kind of clear the slate with a few deeper breaths at the very beginning of the practice. So we can breathe in through the nose, breathe out through the mouth, and let something go. Breathe in again, and breathe out through the mouth. Last time, we'll breathe in. And as you breathe out, let the body be supported by your seat. Let your sit bones be heavy and grounded. And then for the next breath in, feel that your spine gets really long. So let your face be soft and let your tongue be soft. Feel like the eyes are soft within the eye sockets, whether they're open or closed. And see if you can feel like your skin is soft all over your body, so that it's receptive. We'll start to open our ears and the sense of hearing really wide, to take in as many sounds as we can, as far away as possible. So notice what you can hear. As you do that, I'm sure that the mind starts to go and name whatever you're hearing. See if we can listen in a receptive way just to like the sound picture or like the landscape of sound. What's beautiful is that we're all practicing together, but we all have different soundscapes around us. Even if your eyes are closed, notice if perhaps you start to picture the source of the sound. It's amazing that our brain does this. It's a wonderful skill. But then there tends to be a chain reaction where we picture the thing and then it triggers something else, and then we think of a to-do list, and then we remember that we didn't do it, and then we judge ourselves, and then we get back to that self-hatred. Oh my God, how did we get here from like the sound of a light switch? So we bring it back and see if we can make ourselves completely neutral. Just listening. Notice how the body has become quiet. When we listen, when we open our ears to listen, we get quiet inside so that we can hear. But it's also very calming for the nervous system, because the job of the nervous system is to get information about the world to protect us. So when we have this subtle picture, this clear understanding of where we are in space, the body starts to know we're safe and things can start to slow down. The sense of hearing and sound allows us to understand where we are in space. We can feel ourselves in the context of this busyness of life that's going on all around us. Maybe even feel our place in the world. So bring your attention back again and again to the things that you can hear. Perhaps in this picture of sound, you can notice also the sound of your own breath. Maybe you can even feel how your heart is beating. Maybe you can hear it. Beating that constant rhythm, supporting the sound picture of the world around you. No matter what's happening, wherever you are, you always have this to come home to. And this is the power of this practice. You have this inner soundscape. So notice the sound of the breath. Notice how it feels to breathe. Notice is the key word here. You don't have to change your breath at all. There's no perfect way to breathe. When you start to think about something else, or even judge what you're doing, or the commentary, we gently, again, that's the practice, bring our attention back. Perhaps you can notice how it feels to breathe. And I don't just mean physically, how does it feel to bring your attention to the breath? Sometimes it can have a calming effect. Sometimes it can draw your attention to something that's going on inside, if it's good or bad. Either way, we're getting information. Sometimes we don't want to feel what we're feeling inside, and so we don't pay attention to the breath. But when we can actually make space for ourselves, the body, the mind has some room to work things out, especially if we come with a compassionate attitude. So these are the two aspects of practice: noticing and non-judgmental awareness, a compassionate attitude to yourself. Underneath all that, again and again, we bring our attention back to the breath. And if that doesn't feel comfortable, we bring our attention to the soundscape around us. Maybe opening to sound with our own breath in the background. So even if your mind is running to different thoughts, that's totally okay and totally normal. And in fact, it provides us with the opportunity to just notice the nature of those. So if you notice that a lot of your thoughts are, I should do this, or you should do that, or that's not good enough, or something, notice if it's judgmental. So many of us, we have that going on. When you notice, you don't even have to change anything. It kind of starts to shift on its own a little bit when you do. Again and again, we bring our attention back to the breath in the body, sounds in the room, whatever is happening in the here and now. Each breath provides unlimited opportunity for things to pay attention to, because every breath is different to the previous one in length, in depth, in pace, in temperature. You have this amazing source of fascination at your disposal always. And there's a beautiful loop that happens, that when you start to pay attention to your breath, you learn about the body and you learn about your mind and yourself. But as you pay attention, your body calms down. And as you calm down, you can pay more subtle attention and you learn more about yourself and about your body. All you have to do is just bring that attention back. Be patient with yourself and let yourself have space. Start to deepen your breath. So breathe in through the nose and feel like the breath goes all the way down to the base of the belly. As you do so, notice if you feel different when the breath is deeper and fuller. If your skin feels different, if you feel like there's more energy in your body, or anything else that you can feel. Bring your attention to your hands wherever they are resting, to your sit bones grounded on the earth, and your spine, which is so long. Notice now how you feel after our practice. Maybe you're serene and you feel spacious. Maybe you feel frustrated. Maybe this wasn't a good sit for you. That's cool. Every day is also different. Again, all of that we meet with non-judgmental awareness. So again, take another breath in. If you like, you can sigh out the mouth. Start to blink the eyes open if you had them closed, but keep your gaze in one place. So we very gently come out of the practice. So you're looking at one place and letting, in the same way that we let sound come to us in a kind of receptive way, allow the things that you can see, your vision, allow it to come to you. So that your eyes are as if they're seeing the world for the first time. Slowly, if you'd like to stretch or do anything else, now you can do all of those things and start to gradually come back. So for today, we advertised the time from 6 until 7, but I think an hour would be quite a lot. So that's probably going to be the end of our formal sit for this evening. But I just wanted to leave some time that if you would like to, you could share anything about how you feel. Like maybe if you thought that was awful and you didn't enjoy it at all, then you can definitely tell me. Or if you have any positive feelings about it, then you could also share them. And if you don't want to share anything, that's also totally fine. But my teachers always emphasize that, talking about the practice is a part of the practice. So that's definitely something that I want to make space for you, if you feel comfortable to do it. That if you have questions, or if you have, or if you just want to say what you feel, that's kind of my thinking behind these sessions that we'll have throughout, term time. That I want to have a space. It's not like a therapy session, but you can come with maybe something that you are worried about. You can talk in this space as well. So that's something that I wanted to say. And apart from that, if you have any questions about this practice, or the thinking behind it, or anything like that, then feel free to do it. You can type it in the chat, or you can do a private chat question if you like. And so I'll just leave a little bit of time if you want to do that. And if not, then all that remains to be said is thank you so much for joining in this evening. And I hope you feel good. We can close the practice just by bowing. And that's not a religious thing in any way. It's just a sense of thank you. I say thank you to you, and you should say thank you to yourself for your focus and your attention. Yes, so it's all on Zoom. Everything is on Zoom. We will meet, so it'll be Thursday lunchtimes every 2 weeks, every fortnight. So, oh my goodness, I can't remember when we're starting. I think we said, when did we say?
So, I think with the mindfulness sessions we said, I'm just looking at my calendar now. I think we said the 7th of October for the first one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that sounds right.
And
yes, there is
yes,
yoga sessions.
Yeah, there will be 2 per week on a Wednesday and a Friday evening. And hopefully they will be in person and online. But even if we can't get a room and they have to be online, we'll definitely run them. So yeah, just keep an eye on our Facebook page for that, and all the times and links and everything, and places where the classes will be held. So yeah.
Great. Does anyone else have any other questions? No stupid questions. Okay, well, if you do have it, if you think of anything later, you can send a message, I guess, to the group. I don't know if that's possible, or you can post it. But I will. Yes. What's the Facebook page? That's
Yeah, no worries. I'll just link it just now, actually.
yeah. I don't know what Canvas is. Rachel, what's that?
Canvas. What's the question? Will it be on Canvas too? We don't have anything on Canvas actually. Canvas is a sort of it's like a student. It's basically where all the course work is held and stuff
Right.
online.
Okay.
Um, we don't actually have anything on Canvas, but we could see about getting links emailed out to people who maybe don't have Facebook.
That sounds like a good idea.
Yeah.
I have to confess that I deleted my Facebook, but I made like a special account so that I can be in the GSA yoga. So there's also an Instagram, but yeah, I mean the Canvas thing would be good. Um, yeah, Rachel, I know you do. The thing is, everybody, I want you all to know. I was thinking about this earlier. Rachel here is such a hero because she does everything all on her own. If any of you are interested in so it's GSA Yoga is the Instagram. Um, what do you call it? If any of you are interested, please consider helping out Rachel and being a member of the. I don't really advertise it very sexily, do I? Please consider being a member of the GSA Yoga Society. All the yoga is free, and I don't know. We'll
Yes.
come up with some other awesome like goodies that you can get. But basically, Rachel does everything on her own, and she's a hero. She's organized all of this amazing freshers stuff. Oh, so Rachel, can you tell what about the yoga sessions and the membership? You haven't sorted that out yet, have you?
No, the memberships aren't sorted out yet, sorry, but we do have memberships and we do usually do it's usually so you pay a joining fee for the society and then you pay for either the semester or each class and it's optional. So usually it'd be £10 to join and then 15 for the semester. Or you can pay per class. I'm not sure what we're going to do this year just because it's more complicated with things being online. But as soon as we know, then you guys will know as well. So I'll keep everyone posted about that. Is there anything else anyone wants to know regarding classes or
There
anything
are
like that?
yoga mats, by the way. Like you don't have to have a
Yes.
mat. We have mats and props and stuff. So all you do is bring your lovely self. Yeah.
And we have another class this Saturday at 2 p.m. and that's with
Yay!
Nicole
Lovely
and it's
Nicole.
online. So
Definitely go. I'm so glad it is because, and I'm glad it's just Nicole because I actually remember that I can't do it because I'm doing, or at least not at 2 o'clock anyway, because I'm doing aerial hoop.
oh cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. So yeah, but definitely go to the class on Saturday afternoon with Nicole. She's an absolute joy of a teacher and the sweetest, lovely person ever. And I saw her this morning and even yesterday, and I'm very lucky to do so. And I'm so happy that she teaches with GSA as well because she's lovely. So I hope you have a wonderful evening, and we'll establish this GSA yoga. I haven't had time today to do it, but I'll upload all those videos to it. Um,
Perfect.
Rachel, I'll just set it up and I'll put you as an admin,
Perfect, yeah.
um,
Thank you.
and then we can put it onto the Facebook page and maybe put that onto the canvas so that people can have access to it.
Yeah. I'll speak to the GSASA to sort that one out. But that's a great idea. So
Nice.
be good to
Okay,
get up
great.
on.
Thank you for mentioning the canvas thing because I didn't know about
Yeah,
it.
thank you so much.
Yeah. My dad teaches at the Glasgow Uni and they have something it's called a Moodle. Moodle.
Yeah, it's basically middle, yeah. It's
Right.
the GSA middle really, yeah.
Okay, cool. What an amazing terminology. Okay, awesome, great, wonderful. Well, have a wonderful evening, you guys. It's wonderful
You
to meet
too.
you, even across Zoom. And please take time for yourself and be kind to yourself always. That's the most important thing. Thank you to you.
Thank you so much.
Bye,
Thank you,
everybody.
guys.
Have a wonderful evening.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye.
Really good. Thanks.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye. Good evening.